saying, okay, I'll get home earlier. Chatted with a woman who was thinking about doing the same thing. She was on the 7, knew it was delayed, and thought, should I try and get on the 4:30? And she said to me, you know what, I'm going to stay on this plane. I just called my boyfriend, said I'll be in on the 7 o'clock.
Tell me about the plane that you took. Do you know if it was similar to the one that's...
I believe it was. It's a prop plane, and 2 seats on both sides with a middle aisle. I want to say about 20 rows back.
And about what time, Susie, did you land in Buffalo?
We landed about half an hour after this. We touched down just before 11 p.m., and what was interesting for me was the woman who was seated on the aisle opposite me called her children when she landed to say, hey, I'm home, and they were in a total panic because they said there's been a plane crash. And she determined it was in Clarence, and we just assumed it was...
Right, those are pictures, eyewitness accounts and videos sent by people who were witnessing that crash, a massive plane crash. 48 people on board, 44 passengers, 4 crew members. This commercial plane crashed into a house in Clarence City in New York's Buffalo suburb. It was headed for Buffalo and it crashed here. The fire there still raging, and emergency officers at the site trying to put out the fire and take stock of the casualties. Nobody dead reported, but 2 people with minor injuries have been taken to the hospital, and those 2 were not on board. We do not know of any survivors at this point. We'll take a break. Lots more on this and all the other news on CNN IBN. Stay with us. Right now of a massive plane crash in New York, and we're getting you live pictures from there, and the first picture is really coming in on CNN IBN. Let's cut to our sister network, CNN.
If you will, the scene is still very hot. Buffalo Fire and the airport firefighting equipment are assisting us in cooling the scene down. The local fire department did an excellent job bringing the surrounding area under control, keeping damage to a minimum. County Executive, do you have anything you want to add at this point?
Well, I will tell you it's operating under a limited state of emergency with a unified command under the county, and we have emergency personnel from the NFTA, the county, the town, state police, and the sheriff all coordinating their efforts. Right now there are some fires still going, so the scene is not safe for any personnel at this point.
Have residents been evacuated?
We did evacuate approximately 12 homes, and they pretty much went to neighbors' houses. There's no one in any shelter.
Is there a hazmat concern? Is there a hazmat concern?
There was a hazmat concern early on. We had a significant amount of fuel left on that aircraft. However, that has not become an issue. The hazmat teams have been returned to quarters. That is a non-issue at this time.
Doug, can you tell us what the NFTA is doing with regard to families who are waiting at the airport?
The families right now are at the U.S. Air Club at the Buffalo Airport and coordinating with Continental Airlines as to what further directions they will be offered. It was a Continental Express operated by Colgan Air, that's C-O-L-G-A-N. It was a 74-seat bombardier aircraft, a Q400 bombardier.
So it was not full?
It was not full. The tail number on the plane was 3407.
We'd also like to give out at least 2 phone numbers. If anyone with a family would like to call, they should call 1-800-621-3263. I'll repeat that, 800-621-3263. If the media is calling for questions, they should refer their calls to 713-324-5080. I'll repeat that once again for the media, 713-324-5080.
I want to give Supervisor Bileski an opportunity to speak on behalf of the town. Scott?
Thank you, Dave Bissonette. First, our thoughts and prayers are with those who are on the flight, with their families, as well as with our residents who are on the ground on Long Street. This is an incident in the town of Clarence, and we are very mindful and thankful of our first responders, the fire and police who have been there, and all the agencies who have worked together, state, county, NFTA, and local agencies. And we just want to say thank you to all of them for their hard work and efforts, knowing that this event is still ongoing. For Clarence Center residents, for additional information regarding Long Street, again, for Clarence Center residents only, please contact my office if you have questions, 716-741-8930. Again, for Clarence Center residents only, questions regarding Long Street, 716-741-8930. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the crew, the passengers, and our residents on Long Street. Thank you.
Tell us what's going on at the scene right now.
Right now, the scene is being secured. Firefighting operations are pretty much expired, and state police have secured the area, and we're awaiting investigators from the airlines as well as federal personnel.
How many houses were damaged?
One seriously damaged. There was some peripheral damage to some of the neighboring homes of that address.
We heard that house was leveled. Is that true or not true?
It's seriously damaged.
What can you tell families out there who are watching this right now live and listening to this live in terms of their loved ones and in terms of hope? What do you tell them?
This is clearly a tragedy. Everybody, as the supervisor has already mentioned, our prayers and thoughts are with the families that have been involved. I would ask the town to be patient with the situation overall. Please do ask your questions, but be mindful of the fact that this is a huge operation. We've got a lot of things to take care of here in a short term so that all those answers can be finalized.
Chris, you live in Clarence. Did you hear or see anything?
Connection to air traffic control before the crash?
Not that I'm aware of. I was told by the tower that the plane simply dropped off the radar screen.
Doug, what were the weather conditions at the time?
Probably pretty much as they are right now, with a little bit of sleet and rain coming down.
How about wind?
I'm not really sure what the wind was like.
Is there a flight number for this plane?
Yes, the flight number again for those that didn't get that.
Yes, that's the big news coming out of New York. A plane crash, a 50-seater commercial airline crashed into a housing colony in Clarence in New York. We do not know of any survivors, but 2 people taken to hospital with minor injuries, and those were not on board that plane. There's a fire there that authorities are trying to put out, and 12 houses evacuated in the area. We'll get you more updates on that, of course.